Hello comic card lover fans, so welcome to my channel. So here we are, we have on this video, we will be having another EDH deck. So the last video that I made is a John deck, it's Corvold. So this will be my second John deck, and this is my favorite John deck. This is Henzie Toolbox Torre. So this is from the new Capena Precon cards. Yeah. So I made about the Precon, and I made some major adjustments. So Henzie's ability is each creature spell you cast with mana value 4 or greater has blitz. So then you have to sacrifice it at the end step, and then you got to get you gotta get you draw a card after. So Blitz cost you pay costs 1 less for each time you cast your commander from the command zone this game. Alright. So our strategy is to cast 4 mana value 4 creatures and take advantage of the Blitz of Henzie, so we could draw a card. So we would be drawing a lot of cards here. And then those creatures, it's either they have an ETB effect and death triggers. So let's start. First, let's start with the land base. I put 36 lands. So the basics are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16 basic lands. Combination of mountain, forest, and swamp. Then we have the Myriad Landscape, Temple of the Pulse God, John Panorama, Exotic Orchard, Mossworth Bridge, Command Tower, Path of Ancestry, Mosspar Valley. It's a Tri-Lands, Savage Lands, Dragon Skulls Summit, Shadow Blood Ridge, Overgrown Tomb, Temple of Malady, Cinderglade, Verdant Catacombs, Foreboding Ruins, Twilight Mire, Smoldering Marsh, and Tainted Wood. Then, this is the last one, Shatora Probing Ground. So, you could search forest. Alright. So, we will go, after this one, we will go to the mana base, the ramp spells. So, I think I have 11 ramp spells. So, first is Somberwald Sage. You could add 3 mana of the same color. Primal Herald. It has an ETB effect. So, no, I think you could attack. Yes, it has an ETB effect and attack triggers. So, you could search for a basic land. Next is Solemn Simulacrum. ETV and death triggers. Sakura Tribe Elder. Arcane Signet. Rampant Drought. Vaporous Bubble. I think I'm going to replace Vaporous Bubble into with a creature ramp like Burnished Heart, because we could take advantage of the sacrifice of the Burnished Heart here. So I think I'm going to replace this one. So the important pieces would be some creatures that would contribute to the death triggers of if to the death triggers of so we could sacrifice it. So next is Rampant Rejuvenator. Seed Guide Ash. It could search for 3 forests. 3 forest card, not basics. So this one is important. Birds of Paradise. Honest Rutstein, mana reducer. And it would also get a creature card from your graveyard. Next is EDH staple, Soul Ring. So we're done with the mana base. Mana base. With the ramp spells. Next is the draw card. So Greater Good, sack outlet. So you could sacrifice a creature and draw cards from it. Garuk's Uprising. Primordial Sage. You could draw a card whenever you cast a creature. Grim Haruspex. Soul of the Harvest. Samut, Vizier of Naktamun. Disciple of Bolas. Tree Shaker Chimera. So this one is a 7 mana value card, but it won't be a problem with Henzie because Henzie has a mana reducer. And you could attack this when you cast it because it would gain haste, and then when it dies, you gotta draw 3 cards. So next is Morbid Opportunist. Next is a sorcery, but you have an additional you have to sacrifice as an additional cost to cast this card. So you could draw a card equal to its power with a sacrifice creature. Next is instant Nasty End. Also has an additional sacrifice a creature cost. Next, this one is important. Protein Hawk. It would search your library for 6 mana value or less total. So you could search for your one of your dragons and also a ramp spell. So this one is good. Next would be removal, targeted removals, and board wipes. First is Deathbringer Regent. This one is a board wipe, Blasphemous Act. Let's put it here. Targeted removal, Ravenous Chupacabra. Woodpool Primus, also an targeted removal, but it has persist. So when you sacrifice this, it would go back and it will enter the battlefield again. And then you could target another non-creature spell. Next is Havoc Demon. -5/-5 to all creatures. So it's another form of board wipe. So I'm gonna explain why we have so many board wipe here. I think I got 3 or 4 board wipes in this deck. So Silverback Elder, Kogla, the Titan Ape. It would destroy an enchantment or artifact. Noxious Gearhawk, Stalking Vengeance. Every time a creature you control would die, it would deal damage. This is not a targeted removal, but direct damage to the player or planeswalker. Shatora, the Incinerator. Sacrifice Outlet. Chaos Warp. Bones. Bone Splitters. Splinters. This one has an addition, sacrifice a creature as an additional cost. So next, Balor. I love this card because um, it would deal damage to target opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. So if you have an opponent who is greedy, who has a consecrated sphinx or Ristic Study, um, you could maximize this card. Yes, Balor. Next, Fauna Shaman. It would search your deck for a creature card. So that's it for the removal and oh right, this one belongs here. Fauna Shaman. So next is the beef of the deck. First, Etali, Primal Storm. We all know what it does. Elder Brain. Now, Elder Brain, if you could attack an opponent, uh, they would discard their full deck, but they're going to draw that many cards. So I think this would be an double-edged sword, but it would put some. But if you're going to use this against your opponent, I suggest that you choose an opponent who has a creature base deck also, because we'll be taking advantage of the discard creature cards in their graveyard. Next is Giant Adephage. Caldaia Guardian. And this one is one of the nasty cards, Master of Cruelties. Yes, you could take your opponent by surprise. So if he has a lifelink um, strategy, you could put his life down to one if you could attack him. Nasty card. So industrial advancement. I think this one is um, it's one of these draw a card. Draw card. Yes, because you could sacrifice a creature. It's a sack outlet, and then you could find each creature on your library. Ognis, the Dragon Lash. It would make you a tap treasure token. Selvala's Stampede. Flame Shadow Conjuring. This one, it could double your. It would make your creature. You could make a token copy of your creature. So it also that creature would also has ETB effects. So when this one is out and you have, let's say, is uh, Kogla, so you'd pay a mountain, then Kogla would enter, and then it has another copy, and it would destroy two instead of one. So next, Aspiring Champion. Elarg, the Raze-Boar. Then this one, these four cards, this is the MVP of this deck. So I suggest if you're going to search for a card, or something, you should search this one. And Potent Hulk, to search Kukusho, a single card, but it would deal so much damage. Junji, the Midnight Sky, it would it would it can put any creature on your battlefield from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, so Kura, it will make tokens, and Atsushi, it will make you a treasure. Next is Night Chainer, Nightmare Adept. So this one is the Graveyard Resurgence or Graveyard Shenanigans. So we would be sacrificing many creature cards, so bringing them back would surely help us win. So first, Chainer, Nightmare Adept, Malakir Rebirth, Cemetery Desecrator, Artisan of Tosseret, Underworld Sentinel, Greenwarden of Murasa, Body Snatcher, Pyrrhichian Reclamation, Riveteers Ascendency, alright, Riveteers Ascendency. So this one is a good card. Every time you would sacrifice a creature, you could return any target creature with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. Imagine, to the battlefield, tap. So it would bring back any creature card or with lesser mana value from your graveyard to the battlefield. So this one is powerful. Next, Animate Dead, classic. And then this one of the win cons here, Rise of the Dark Realms. So you could, all of the creatures that you sacrifice plus the creatures on your opponent's graveyard, you put it on your battlefield under your control. So this is one of the win cons here. So that's it. That's my um, EDH Henzie deck. So this one, I told you this is my favorite because I love casting big dumb creatures. So with Henzie, you could you could cast it because of this blitz ability with lesser mana value. So that's it, Marvel fans, comic card lover fans. So any suggestion, please comment down below on the comment section. And you could, I still have I still have some EDH deck here, but you could suggest if I could, what's my next EDH deck. So that's it for now. Thank you. I won't make a playtest anymore because I would have to cut time because this. So thank you and goodbye, Marvel fans. See you in my next video.